This is episode 125 of the Rise Up podcast. We're a morning radio show hosted by Steve and Tim on Family Life, a network of stations across New York and Pennsylvania. This podcast is a weekly conversation designed to help you think and laugh and keep your eyes on Jesus. If you haven't already, subscribe today so you don't miss a single episode. And find out more about our show at familylife.org.
We hope the rest of your day is just as much fun as this. You're listening to Rise Up on Family Life.
There are at least as many ways to worship God, Steve,
Yes,
as there are flavors of ice cream.
there are lots of flavors of ice cream.
Yes, well, lots of ways to express worship.
Right. And I think most of us can agree on two things. Okay.
Mhm,
We can agree on most people enjoy ice cream.
I really
a good-
should hope so.
Yeah, a good ice cream. People, that's the majority.
Mhm.
And let's take another topic. A lot of people love to worship God and love music and
Mhm.
and do that. All right. So you have those two things.
Yeah.
And we, as you said, there's
Right.
many types. But how many times are you at an ice cream stand? I'm just picturing this.
Okay.
Do you have? I'm just asking you your favorite kind of ice
Man.
cream. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite?
It's all in the moment. It's all
Okay.
in the moment.
Okay. All right. But let's take it for instance. Let's say you like coffee ice cream for a second.
All right, all
Whether it's true
It's
or
that
not.
kind of moment.
Okay.
Let's say it's that kind of moment.
Well, I mean, even though I love coffee, I just can't stand coffee ice cream.
Wow, that's strong.
All right. So how many times would let's say you and I go out for ice cream
Uh-huh.
and you order the coffee ice cream and I get my chocolate mint, a chip, and I love that.
Yeah.
And I look at you and I'm like, how can you even like that coffee? That is not the way you enjoy ice cream. Coffee flavor that's wrong.
Oh,
That's absolutely wrong.
stop.
I can't even, matter of fact, I'm not even going to come to this ice cream stand anymore because you had ice cream and that's what it reminds me of.
I see
And
where
I
you're
can't,
going.
and I don't like this,
Yeah.
that you like coffee ice cream, and it's beyond me.
You can't see past that difference, Steve.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, that's kind of hard to even imagine.
It is.
Yeah.
We don't do that with music and worship styles, do we?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I think
Yeah,
we
when
do.
it comes to preference,
Mhm.
if it's preference,
Right.
Because I can envision a scenario. Your scenario is a little silly because, I can picture anybody doing that over ice cream, but it makes a good point. So allow me a silly scenario,
Sure.
and I'm hoping it'll make a good point too.
Mhm.
So let's say you're just making the point, Steve, that our preferences about worship shouldn't make a big divisive difference between us, right?
Right.
Great. Okay. Let's say we go to the ice cream stand, you and me.
Okay.
And you order your mint chocolate chip,
Yeah.
and you're licking it on the cone, and you
Mhm.
like it. I'm going to say you like a cone. Maybe you're a dish guy. I don't know this about you. Real quick sidebar, cone or dish guy?
Dish.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in my example, you're still licking it off a cone.
Okay.
And then I go and I get mine. I say,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, I love this. It's just so good. Don't you love the flavors they have here, Steve?" And you turn and you look at me, and I've got a cone with a tennis ball on top of it, and I'm licking it. Like, isn't it great? Don't you love the ice cream here?
Yeah.
You're right if you say to me, "Tim, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not ice cream. That's not even a flavor of ice cream. Tennis ball isn't even the same thing as what I'm talking about here, Tim." And I'm like, no. That's your ice cream, Steve. This is my ice cream. You do ice cream your way. I'm doing ice cream my way. It's like, Tim, I'm sorry. I can't agree with you anymore.
Hmm.
Silly point. That's
Right.
not going to happen. But if we're talking about fundamentally different things we're worshiping,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
We can't just say, you find God in your way. I find God over here only when I'm maybe just doing things my way. You see God like that. I see him as just kind of like the universal feelings thing that I get when I'm thinking about happy thoughts. It's like, no, we do have to be talking about the same thing here when we're talking about worship. It's got to be about actually God, or else we're
Mhm.
talking about two things as different as mint chocolate chip ice cream and tennis balls.
Can I go back to my mint chocolate chip and coffee ice cream example?
You sure may.
Here's what would normally happen. At least I would hope that would happen.
Mhm.
I get my mint chocolate chip
Mhm.
in a cone or a cup. Doesn't matter. Even though it does. It should be in a cup. Could you be in a cup? Anyway, and you have your coffee ice cream, and I don't like coffee ice cream. But I say, boy, Tim, I'm sure glad you enjoy that. I'm so thankful that there are people who like coffee ice cream. I'm not one of them. I don't like coffee ice cream, but I see that you're enjoying it and you're getting something substantial out of your ice cream that maybe I don't get. But if I'm selfish, I say, ugh, But if I'm thinking of others first, I'm just like, I'm so glad that you're enjoying your ice cream. And someone taught me that about worship a long time ago that said, because I'm guilty, maybe every once in a while in church, you hear a song or style of song or something like, that doesn't do anything for me. It's like, I don't really like that. But instead of being stuck on the, I'm not getting anything out of this, I was taught to say, if someone is playing a song or a type of song that you don't like, change your focus, change your mindset to say, I'm glad God is using that song to reach someone in here. I don't know who they are necessarily, specifically, but I can pray at that point, God, it's not reaching me where I need to be, but I'm so thankful it's reaching someone else. And it just changes your whole mindset because you're not in church. We're there to serve.
Yes.
We're to serve others, not ourselves. Yes, in the meantime, we do get some of our mint chocolate chip ice cream and our things that we like, but we're also there to serve others and be thankful that they're around. And so it just changes the mindset.
Have you ever, it sounds like you've had this experience. I definitely have, Steve, at church, not at the ice cream stand, where you're like the song is going, you're like, no, I'm not into this. For me, I'll be like, maybe I'm picking apart the lyrics, be like, is this really all that good anyways? And then I see somebody who I know is rock solid in their faith and their hands are raised and you can see the emotion on their face and you're like, yeah, this is a me problem. It's not a worship problem. It's not a song problem. It's not a them problem. It's a me problem. When I'm, withholding myself from, just being present and realizing, God, thank you for blessing somebody else. Even if the song's not blessing me right now, thank you for blessing somebody else. Yeah.
I remember it happened just recently, actually, where a new praise and worship leader was up there, never seen this person before. And being a music person, my wife and I both enjoy, good music. And the voice wasn't quite up to the standard of, it was kind of like, the quality. And I turned to Audrey, and I really did. I said, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, this voice isn't as good as the other ones have been. And she turned to me and she goes, yeah, but they're worshiping the Lord so much. They're just, their heart is in the right place. And it was like, yep, that's the way it should be. It's like whether you like the voice, don't like the voice, like the style.
Yeah.
It's always a matter of the heart with the Lord.
Yes.
And it's like some people can be great singers and great performers, but they're not worshiping.
Right.
Right.
Oh,
the performance,
God sees that heart.
The performance is their thing.
Wow.
It's the heart that matters. And so I've been instructed and I get, it's a way of sharpening me. I get sharpened in those moments of I'm thinking about me first.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I got nothing else spiritual. Just want to ask you how you feel about Dip Top.
Dip Top is good. Is that the chocolate thing on top?
It's going to be chocolate. It can also be cherry. It can even be peanut butter sometimes, Steve. It's the hard shell coating on the soft serve ice cream.
I've never had the peanut butter hard shell.
Oh, you got to get a peanut butter hard shell Dip Top.
Can I have it in a cup?
No, you actually can't. It's got to be in a cone. That's one reason, just one of the many reasons, Steve, that cone is superior to dish. It's important. But let's not be divided over it.
I still love the way you eat ice cream, Tim. I love the way you eat ice cream. I'm glad it serves you. Yes. I'm not me. I'm self-serve.
It's Steve and Tim helping you to rise up on family life. A friend you can turn to.
There's probably lots of things, but I just realized there's something my dad used to do. I'll never do.
Huh, what's that?
Change spark plugs in a car.
Oh, wow.
He used to do that kind of thing all the time.
What could Dad do?
Yeah.
I'll never do that.
Something I will never be able to understand, one, and two, won't be able to really be the best at because he takes full gratitude for it. His daddy jokes.
Here, Tanya, you got me all primed for, what was it? What did Dad do? Such an imparting lesson that he gave. The dad jokes. It's the dad jokes.
My name is Mary Lou, and I'm from Addison, New York.
Do you have a dad memory?
Oh, I have a wonderful dad memory. He took up tap dancing when he turned 90.
What?
We asked, Dad, why did you wait till then? And he said, well, your mother wouldn't let me do it. So after she passed at age 90, he took up tap dancing, and he was preparing for a talent show at his senior living in place.
What?
So I would never take up tap dancing, even at 74.
Amazing. Just amazing. I love it. When you
Yes.
got something on your heart, if God's given it to you, well, then it's going to happen.
Yeah, he was a wonderful, wonderful man.
Oh,
so
good.
he and Mom are watching over me for sure. So you
Oh.
have a blessed day.
We weren't sure how you liked your coffee, so we didn't make any. Hope that's okay. It's Rise Up with Steve and Tim on Family Life.
Sometimes you're afraid to ask. Maybe you want to know something more about maybe somebody you work with or a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe even a relative, someone maybe you've known for a long time, or maybe you've just met them, but you're curious about something and you want to ask them, and maybe you don't feel like you have the freedom. I just want to let you know, Tim, that you're allowed to ask me. You know, that door is open.
Yeah,
like, feel free.
appreciate that.
Feel free to ask me about my vow of silence.
How's that vow of silence coming, Steve? Well, we'll see how long we can keep this up. Well, there he goes. It's still on it.
Sharing the message of hope. It's Rise Up with Steve and Tim on Family Life.
What do you mean the leaves are already changing? Imagine my surprise this week.
Yes.
I look at the hills. I look at the trees.
Right?
Orange, yellow, red.
What?
What do you mean they're already changing? It's June. I can't believe it. It's like I had so much I wanted to do. This is not how I thought the season would go. And then I woke up. Yeah. Yeah, had that dream this week that the leaves were changing. Oh, you know, you're glad to wake up from something like that. I'm reminded of how the Bible invites me to see our life after death, like waking up. It really does. It's waking up. Jesus raises us up. And, you know, could say like, but it looked like everything was fading. It looked like we lost so much. It looked like it was over. And then when we're in his presence, it's like Jesus says, wake up. The trees are green here. The bad dream is over.
We hope the rest of your day is just as much fun as this. You're listening to Rise Up on Family Life.
You like to eat healthy, right?
Sure, yeah.
Is it true that sometimes you think when you hear what the healthy food is, you're like, well, I'm not sure if I'll try that. Everybody has different opinions about that. I mean, the obvious one is like, okay, kale.
Kale. I
Right.
knew it. I knew it was going to
Yeah,
go with
you know,
kale.
kale's like, some people go like, yeah, I love kale. Others go like, I'm not sure. All
love
right.
kale.
What if you were offered a food that turns out that protein and fat help slow the absorption of sugar?
Okay.
The milk, and a good source of vitamin A, and essential nutrient for promoting eye health and supporting immune function. If you were willing to take, you know, whether you like it or not, doing those wonderful things for your body, you'd be willing to at least give it a try.
It sounds worth it.
Just to see if I like it.
Let's stretch for this one.
All right, we'll try. All those things. See if you will try ice cream.
Yeah, maybe. I
Give
think
it a try.
I could try a bowl. Just see.
Just see if you like it.
May the blessings of the Lord be with you in all that you do today. This is Rise Up on Family Life.